Hello, hello, happy Black History Month! Okay, so I have a piece that is about my father, and then it leads into a piece about being a Black Arizonan. At 27 and a half, I cooked with my father for the first time that I can remember. I felt myself present in it. At one point, I wanted to cry at the reality of the moment. Now my screen wanna cut off. Watched his hands, how I've done with every elder I have ever loved. Felt a deep love for my father that I had not allowed myself to fully feel since I was a child. I told my therapist about this interaction, and she said the hands are an extension of the heart, that we have energy lines that run down the arms and into the hands. Some mornings I've woken to my hands achy and swollen and never stopped to check in on my heart that day. And if hands are connected to the heart, feet must be connected to the soul. They carry us. If the food tastes good, Black folks will say, girl, you put your foot in that. Meaning you made that with your whole soul. Our food echoes energies enamored with light. I touch souls with my father, watch his hands mix vegetable shortening into the masa, Black man baking tamales in Arizona, because that is just who we are. Ode to my people in Arizona. I love myself the best when I am not beating my heart senseless while drowning on my mistakes. Sometimes I forget the healing is not linear, that the sun does not disappear simply because the moon is out. On mornings, I wake. Oh, now I gotta look it up, sorry. Thank you, thank you. Ooh. That growth looks different for everyone, that the sun does not disappear simply because the moon is out. When I awake after a moon-filled night, I meditate. Stretch my legs across my living room floor. Say hello again to the sun because he back like he never left, and I am reminded that I deserve kindness from myself. That I am capable of showing kindness to others even if I am just learning how to do it right again. My holy place is wherever me and my people are able to be ourselves. Hope is the thought of safety for my people, of unfastening the fear that limits a quality of life for Black and fat and disabled and queer people, a very understandable fear created by a system that tells us the bodies we were born in does not deserve joy, a system that punishes us when we choose to seek our own definition of joy anyway. I just want me and my people to be able to go camping alone, to connect with nature and it not always be about a man or a tree or a body of water, or the connection to men and trees and bodies of water not always being a warning, a foreboding tale of death. Within the last few years, I was grieving the loss of my mother even though she is still alive, and my people held me. They reminded me of my strength, however annoyed I was by having to push past my softness in order to survive here. They remind me that I've survived so much, and I think about when I was 20 years old and did not want to survive, and when I was 16 and did not want to survive, and when I was 6 and people thought I wouldn't survive. I'm the one who made it out alive after I almost killed me, after grief almost killed me, after a virus almost killed me, after violence almost killed me, after rejection almost killed me, after reflection almost killed me. I'm the one who made it out alive. So I hold myself and know that if I am alive for nothing more than this holding and no one else but myself, it is worth being alive for the time I have been afforded here by God. And I'm gonna make it count every time I see my people. Me and my people embody the entire universe. Worlds of knowing be lodged between our teeth, piercing our gums, forcing their way off of our lips because we just gotta pass around this free game. Me and my people want each other to succeed. Me and my people talk stuff to each other, roast ashy knees and white ancestry we never asked for, discuss the true and uncomfortable things that ultimately stretch us into being our most authentic selves. Me and my people want to love each other as our most authentic selves. This is not an ode to those who pride themselves on being racially ambiguous, on those who love to worship ancestors who do not belong to them, who call themselves Phoenix natives as if them and their ancestors are not colonizers of this Hohokam, Yuma, Dene, Pipash, Yavapai land. Me and my people understand that we are not of this land, but we here. Our ancestors who were stolen from our homeland migrated here from the south to seek better lives for their descendants, bled into this dirt, fertilized the ground with all they had to give, and prayed their labor would evolve into something that would no longer require bleeding. I was born and raised in South Phoenix, black and poor and small, but also black and femme and fierce, a fire sign. And I think about how intentional the universe was when they wrote my story, knew that my reincarnation was imminent. The legend of the Phoenix states that when it feels its end approaching, it builds a nest of the finest aromatic woods, sets it on fire, and allows itself to be consumed by flames. When I turned 18 and a half, I ran away from my mother's home, from the inferno of trauma, crimson and copper scorching my insides. When I turned 23 and a half, I discovered 2 community gardens were being cultivated down the street and around the corner from where I ran away from. When I went to volunteer, I felt exactly the same and completely different. The soil knew me as though I had risen from it because I had buried my inner child in the Martin Luther King Jr. and P.L. Julian playgrounds, underneath the broken down Cadillacs in my daddy's backyard on 25th and Corona. My body left, but my soul stayed on the south side, knowing I would return to the soil one day. Me and my people be all the sacred in the ground. Be the phoenix ash, snow bunnies, dust from their shoes on their way back from wherever we never told them to leave from. I am a child of the valley of the sun, desert, place of worship. The phoenix worships for 500 years at a time and only takes 3 days to rise again. Thank you.
Next up.